Okay, going to be working on another rat. I ran out of the dark clay that I was using for them, so I took the remainder of that dark clay and mixed it with this white clay. I don't know if you can tell, but it's like super slightly marbled. You can see a little bit here and here, but I really like that, so I didn't want to mix it in too much, but we'll leave it like that. But just so you know, that is something you can do with your clay to get colors. And I know I need to work on keeping my hands right here, keep you in frame. So I'm going to try to be mindful about that. I'm looking to get just a quick one here. So what I'm going to try to do is shape it with the clay that already exists here without adding too much. There's a little challenge. I will probably add some in some spots, but I like the curvature here on this side, so I'm trying to match that up. That's a pretty good match right there. And I think I might make this one a little bit kind of, I don't know, I guess it's going to be like in between. Smaller face though, for sure. So there's the chin right there. That actually would work as the mouth if I could get it. So you see what I'm doing here? I'm kind of just molding out where the face is going to be. I'm seeing that the cheek's forming up a little larger here on this side, on this side's a little larger, so let me match it up over here. Let's see, it's a little more forward. Up that way a little bit. Round it off. This a little bit more. Okay, I'm actually really liking the way this is shaping up. Might need to, I would like to give it a little bit more of a nose, but I don't want to go too overboard here. Since I already have a good shape on the eyes, I'm going to gently kind of polish the features up so they're not all covered in fingerprints. without taking them away. I don't want them to be totally taken out either. Okay, really loving the way this is working out. Let's see. Let's see if it stays going in our favor here. Super small mouth on this one. Probably won't give this one a cigarette or anything like that. You see how the face is kind of forming that little triangular shape naturally. And puffing up a little bit here for like a jowl. Okay, really happy with that. Just gotta be careful not to overwork it when you get something that you like. The only reason I'm even touching the face now is to soften up some of the fingerprints, otherwise I wouldn't have even bothered with that. I'm going to give a little scowl here. Really careful here. Again, to blend that. Being as cautious as I can not to actually mess up any of the shapes I've already established. Or at least as little as I possibly can here. Bring that back. I figured out what's going on with this. There's a slight line on this, on both sides here and here. So you gotta kind of, like the mark where they brought it, where they joined the plastic or molded it or whatever. So you gotta kind of work around that. And it's tough on these smaller pieces, trying to get in the space in between the nose and the mouth. Shaky hands here, but I'm going to try to gently shape up that bottom lip. Okay. Again, just barely touching here, just to really get my prints off this thing more than anything. I don't want it to be marked up. But that is part of the charm of these, to me at least, is you could tell that they are handmade. There's no bullshitting about that. Really like this one so far. I think I might do an an even lighter one here, almost like an albino, like a lab rat. I'll give that one red eyes. Not on this one, on the next one, because I am a little bit closer to running out of the color. So what I think I'm going to do is just give this one tiny, tiny eyes. Let me see. It's one of the smaller eye tools that I have. I keep finding myself going back to this. Okay, we're going to do like here. It's tough to do this with my left hand. Just trust your marks here in situations like this. That's okay. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get eyeballs even in there. Let's see. I got a little bit of white. What I'm going to do is just make one kind of long tube here that will fit, I know will fit. It's tough when you're working this thin, but I want you to have the right tools. And I say have the right tools, really I have all these things, but this is the only one I actually really use. The problem is that my hands are so sticky already. This one's too big. Okay. I don't know if you can see that. It looks like a little tiny cone shape. And then I'm kind of trying to determine, like this one I can see the shape. So I'm trying to match what I think the angle would be to go in. I get a similar shape, and that's pretty good. I'm happy with that. Can't get too picky with shit like this, because otherwise it's never going to work out the way you want. So you just kind of... Okay, so what I'm going to do is make these just like kind of circles. Get the ear kind of chopped up. And then I'm going to pinch down on this side here. And same here. I'll take this scraper that I almost never use. I'll try to scrape these bad boys up. They're shaped up. Actually, you know what? Before I do that, we'll give them a little bit of a space where like an ear. Round this out. You gotta kind of determine it, play it as you go, play it by ear. No pun intended there, but so. This one might need to be redone. This one's good. I know this one might need to be redone too, just from trying to get it up. Yep, we're redoing both real quick. So the scraper's a piece of shit, basically. Or I'm using it wrong. More than likely that. That was a close call. Separate that ear right here a little bit. I think that's my issue. Yeah, that's it. That's a big part of it. Okay, I'm happy with that. And then I'm going to come back and do more details at a later point after I bake these bastards. I'm going to give them whiskers probably before I bake them, but we'll see. We'll see how that process goes. I'm not really in love with that second ear, but I think it's really just that one section right there that's driving me nuts. Sometimes I have my own, or some of my own shit like this. Keep that on fine a little better. There you go, that's better. Alright, and that's that one. I'll bake that and come back. Forgot to put the camera on. I'm just putting the whiskers in here. It's so easy to lose these things. Trying to figure out how I'm gonna paint the insides of these. Might have to use a needle. I hate to do it this way because it's really hit or miss, but Okay, let's see if I don't know if you can see that, but that's the first one.